Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing / review. Today I'm covering Transformers, Titans Return, Aimless, and Misfire. So taking a quick look at the packaging, dope artwork as always in the top left hand corner of Aimless popping off of Misfire. We've got the actual toy in the package itself there. We have ages 8+ in 3 different languages in the bottom right hand corner. Transformers going up the right side of the package, and the Generations logo in the top right hand corner. Now around to the back of the package here. Says it's going to take about 10 steps to transform Misfire into the jet mode and vice versa. And it says it's going to take 1 step to transform the head of Misfire, which is Aimless, into its own individual robot. Now over here they're just showing product placement shots for other toys in the line. They're showing Leader Class Sky Shadow, Voyager Class Blitzwing, Deluxe Class Twin Twist, and Titan Master Ram Horn. Now up here they're just showing that the Titan Masters are interchangeable with all 3 of the different classes of Titans Return figures. And right here they're showing how Aimless can pilot Misfire in the airplane mode. Now in the top left hand corner up here we got a real quick bio for Misfire. The bio reads, "The Decepticons unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Aimless gives Misfire an ultra-powerful ion particle blast. Unfortunately, it does not improve the low-grade targeting skill of Misfire. When they unite, Autobots and Decepticons go running for cover." Alright, so since we took a look at the packaging, we're going to go ahead and bust this open and get to the good part. Alright, so with Misfire out of the package, we get a couple of familiar things that we usually get with the Titans Return figures. First of all, we get these little art cards. Now the art card just has a more full rendition of the same artwork that was on the front of the package. And on the back of the card they have stats, kind of like they used to have with the old G1 toys. Now it says the strength for Misfire is going to be 7, with Aimless is going to be 8, speed is going to be 6, with Aimless is going to be 8, intelligence is going to be 5, with Aimless is going to be 6, and firepower is going to be 3, with Aimless is going to be 8. Now they also come packaged with dual-sided instructions. Now the instructions are going to show how to transform Misfire from the robot to jet mode and vice versa. And it's also showing how Aimless can pilot Misfire when he's in the jet mode. Alright, now taking a closer look at the figure here. Actually, I want to do a quick comparison real fast too. I actually have the G1 Misfire here. It's in pretty decent shape. I picked this up as a flea market buy, I believe, so I don't have the actual Target Masters that originally comes with Misfire, but the figure itself is in pretty good shape. And as you can see, they tried to kind of keep the same vibes going on here. The color is a hair different. It's not the exact same hot pink that Misfire used to be back in G1, but it is very close. And as you see, they try to keep the same thing going on with those head sculpts there. You got blue eyes. This one has more so a visor. This actually has individual blue eyes. Got that pink face again and the black helmet surrounding it. I think they did a pretty good job updating the figure. And it kind of keeps the same thing going on, even the little flares on the shoulders there. You've got little flares on the shoulders with this one. And then down here at the legs, they keep the same little chrome and red stickers there going on the legs. And even have the flared out little wings right there on the legs like that. So, all things considered, very good redo for Misfire. Hell of a lot more articulated. So, articulation with these guys, they didn't do a whole lot back in the day, just kind of went forward. This one actually has posable legs, and you can kind of get some knee joints going on there, folding them open. So, but way better with this one. So, I'll break this back out to compare when I have Misfire in the jet mode, but for now I'm just going to stick it off to the side here. Alright, now taking a look at the new Misfires Articulation. We got ball joints here, and there's a little lifting joint right there, so you can lift the arm up like that if you want to. You can get a full rotation out of that ball joint at the arm, if you move, you've got to move these wings back to be able to get the arms to rotate all the way around like that. Then down here at the elbow section, kind of, you have a little swivel point. That'll be able to rotate all the way around. And then there's going to be a little elbow hinge right there. Now the head will have a full rotation around it. The head will actually detach, and that's Aimless there. I'll show that in just a second. Down here at the legs, you got a ball joint, so you'll be able to get some nice high kicks forward or backwards with Misfire. Then right here, there's a little swivel point right about the thigh. So you got to be careful not to pop your leg off. But you can get a full rotation around that little swivel point right there. And then, of course, there's also going to be a little knee joint there with Misfire. So you'll be able to get some nice knee bends. Now down here at the feet actually kind of close up for transformation. So you can kind of wiggle both of these around to help with posability if you want to do so. Swing it around to the back here, you see the front of the jet mode there. We got some hollow spots on the legs, but the legs kind of fold up to do the transformation, so you can't really complain much about that, I guess. All in all, good figure. Now, there are 2 blasters that come with Misfire. Now these blasters actually click together. This is a remold of Trigger Happy from the same Titans Return line. So these blasters are kind of very similar to the same ones that came with him. Now if you look, there's some little tabs kind of going along the guns there. So if you want to, you can just kind of push them together there, and it makes just one big blaster. Now, inside of here, you can actually seat Titans Return figures or Power Masters. You can kind of sit them in to pilot the guns or whatever. Mine sits really weird. There we go, I got the barrels lined up a little bit better now. But you can actually take, like the head here, we'll go ahead and pop Aimless off and take a look at that. Now this is Aimless. Got the same kind of vibe going on with the head there. You got the purple eyes, pink face. Gray chest, purplish pink arms, black legs. A little more color than you usually get with these guys. I think they did pretty good with that. So, and these guys, the head's going to be able to rotate all the way around. Arms are going to come forward like that, or they could go above the head if you want to. And then you got a pin through the hip and a pin through the knee. So you'll be able to get some kind of seating poses out of them like that. You get a nice knee bend seating pose, or straight forward with the legs. In this case, with the weapon, it looks like it's going to be more so straightforward like that. So you can seat Aimless or any other Titan Master or Power Master figure in these little weapons here, kind of to pilot or whatever. So that's what's up with that. Now, I guess we'll take a closer look at that head sculpt there. Really shiny paint on this one. I actually like the head on this one. I'm not very fond of some of the robot modes for the heads because they don't really get very detailed since they're so small. But I think they did pretty good with this one. All right, I'm actually just going to keep that off. It's usually kind of in the way when you're transforming them. And these blasters, of course, are holdable in the hands right here. And then they got little side posts on them as well. So if you don't want to use this post here, you can use this one too. And I see that there's some little shoulder points right there. So I guess if you wanted to, you could even mount them as shoulder cannons, kind of like that. So, all right, pull those off. We're going to go ahead and transform this. Now, like I said, this is a repaint remold for Trigger Happy, so it should kind of follow the same thing. So we'll go ahead and get the head, or actually the front of the jet kind of there on the front. Then we're gonna take these hands here, fold them into the forearms, and the arms should, I believe they come down with this, yeah. So we'll do the same thing on this hand, fold that into the forearm there, and then we kind of bring the arms back here. All right, then we're gonna take these feet, close them up like that. This little section here is going to come down. Then you can fold the legs, fold the feet all the way in here like this, And then they, should collapse onto itself here. And same thing with the other leg. And then the legs will actually kind of tab together there. All right, so, and then the arms here, you got some little tabs right here on the arms, and they're actually going to tab into the back of the legs here. So we'll just do that, and we're going to do the same thing with this other arm. The little tab point is right there. So we'll just tab the hand into the leg there. These don't tab very well at all. Just kind of feels like it loosely grabs it, but I guess that'll work. Yeah, and then you just straighten the little jets out there, or the little wings there, and there is Misfire's jet mode. That's the bottom of it there. Don't see any landing gear or anything going on with it. Yeah. So that's what's up with the jet mode. And there's the back of the jet mode there. You can kind of see what I'm talking about. The arms don't peg in very well into the legs, but that's how that's going to be. All right, now those weapons that we had, we're going to be using the longer tab right there. Now I imagine we would probably put this one on this side, and you're just going to peg them into those shoulders like that, so they look like they're mounted up under the wings. You're going to do the same thing with this other one. Take the long peg there and put it into the shoulder, just like that. So now it looks like those weapons are mounted to the underside of the wings there. So that's how you do the weapons. Now, last but not least, you can take this cockpit here, open it up, take Aimless, put it into a seating mode here like that. Or actually, this one will have the knees bent in it. So you see the little compartment there, you just take Aimless and set it down into the compartment and close that. Then Aimless is now piloting Misfire in the jet mode. So, see it in there? Wow. Alright, so that's what's up with that. Now to make a quick comparison with the G1 version. Alright, so there we go, side by side. There's the G1 Misfire and then the redo. You see they kind of keep the same thing going on. They got that funky fork front of the airplane there. Same crazy wings. Kind of bent down there. But yeah, you see they kind of keep the same thing going on. You got the heat rub on the G1 version here. Let's see if that still works. Yeah, it does actually. On this one, you just got the little painted in Decepticon symbol. Wings still got the chrome and red kind of going on there. That chrome and red I was talking about on the legs too. See the legs just kind of fold up on the back of this one too. So all in all, I think they did a great job updating the figure. Like Hasbro's really just been knocking it out of the park lately, man. So it's a really good time to be a collector of the figures. So that would cover my unboxing / review for Transformers, Titans Return, Misfire, and Aimless. And if you guys like the video, be sure to click the like button. Please leave me a comment on my videos. It's a lot more motivational to do these things when people are leaving you feedback and talking about the videos. And I really enjoy talking with you guys. I've met some really cool collectors on YouTube. So you guys keep commenting and chopping it up with me. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any Transformer unboxings or cool videos in the very near future. So with all of that said, I appreciate the view again, guys. Casual 706, out.